Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I'm excited to bring you my Week 10 battle, the penultimate battle for Parasect Germain in this season of the PPL, yes indeed. Now, as you know, this is very much make or break. If we lose this game, we are relegated next season, and we are playing against Schady and Bayern Mewnich, links down in the description below. Now, if you want to see a full in-depth analysis of the team I brought and exactly why I brought them, also in the description you will find the team building analysis video, link to that, check that out if you want to, but very briefly we have got your sort of Commodore Garden Sandrush Excadrill, very standard physically defensive Yachi Powdon, double status Meymento Spiritomb, an offensive spinning Hitmontop, we've got Expert Belt Mixed Greninja, and Fast Assault Vest Meloetta. Now on Shardy's team we have Lucario, Sneasel, Gourgeist, Clefable, Nidoqueen and Rotom Wash, so a lot of the stuff I expected him to bring. There's no Latios, or Latias rather, there, so he doesn't have any hazard removal. So if I can get Rocks up, you know, that would be nice, I guess. He has hazard of his own, but I have a remover, but he has a very nice blocker in the form of Gourgeist, so gonna be difficult. We do have to try and win this game, otherwise we are very much definitely relegated even with a game to go. So without further ado, let's just get right into the battle and see exactly how things played out. So I'm going to be leading with my Meloetta. It is my safest lead. I don't think Sneasel will be leading, and he goes with the Rotom Wash. I'm fine with this. I can tank any hit from this guy. He goes for the Volt Switch. It does absolutely nothing to my Meloetta. And Schady is going to go on into his Clefable. I'm just going to launch off a Hyper Voice. I see no reason not to, and it does at 37%, about what I would expect it to do. So, at this point I think, you know what, I might as well just keep firing off, see what we can do. So I go for another Hyper Voice, it gets a nice roll, and Schady just trying to scout me out or expecting me to switch, he's going to go for the Soft Boiled, which is fine. I'm still just firing off these Hyper Voices. I'm not going for Charge Beam because I don't know if he's unaware. I do get a lovely crit there, which is nice. And this is the point where he's going to Encore me, which is a very nice play on his part. Because if I kill this thing, he can bring in the Sneasel. I go for Hyper Voice, I do get a high roll, so we actually get some luck for the once this season, which is nice. And down goes the very potentially annoying Clefable. But in comes Sneasel. Now I can't switch out in case he's got Pursuit, and so I don't. I'm just going to go for Hyper Voice for damage, because if I'd switched out and he'd gone for Pursuit, he would have killed me. Now here my only play is to switch out in case he doesn't go for Pursuit, but he is going to, and that's fine. You know, that was my only play there. To try and switch out, but Meloetta goes down, but it's done a nice job here. Now what I can do is I can bring in Greninja to revenge this thing very effectively indeed. He is going to have to switch out, he can't afford to stay in here. He's going to go into the Rotom, as I just go for a Dark Pulse, which is fine, it does a solid amount to this guy, but I don't want to stay in. I can't take it out and he can hit me with a Volt Switch, so what I'm going to do is go into a nice safe middle of Hitmontop in case he wanted to go for Hydro on my switch to a Ground type. He does just go for the Volt Switch, so that's fine. It does a decent chunklet of damage. I don't have Special Defense Investment or an Assault Vest. So in comes the Nidoqueen, and I am just going to go for an Earthquake here. He goes for a layer of Toxic Spikes as I go for the Earthquake. He does have the Shocker Berry. I expected him to have that for the likes of my Excadrill. So we pop that for later, that's nice. Here, not wanting me to go for a Rapid Spin, he is going to go into the Gourgeist. But I know that a Rapid Spin probably won't do anything, because I figured he'd make that switch, so I go for the Earthquake in case he didn't. I felt like that was my best play. Now, I can't spin, so something's going to have to get poisoned, and I don't want to go into the Excadrill in case he wants to go for the Willow. So I choose to go into my Spiritomb here and get poisoned, which is fine, I guess, I can deal. And he's going to go for a Sub, and I'm like, no, I'm having absolutely none of this right about now. Now Schady knows that I have Infiltrator, I don't put it past him to know that. He's going to go for the Leech Seed anyway, he is unfortunately going to miss. That's not particularly nice for him, but I will take it. I go for the Toxic and poison him with my Infiltrator through the Sub, which is good. Now at this point, Schady is probably going to want to switch on out here. He doesn't want the poison damage to be racking up too much on his Gourgeist, so what he's going to do is go back into his Nidoqueen. As I just go for a Dark Pulse here to get a little bit of chip damage, which is nice, you know, we do a decent chunk to it there. Here, I don't know if he's physical or special at this point, so I am going to Willow. It turns out that he is a specially offensive Nidoqueen as far as his offense goes, and that's an easy 2-hit KO, but I can get residual with the Will-O-Wisp and kind of wear him down from there. Now, at this point, I do want to save my my Spiritomb. So, but actually, no, I don't. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? He's going to go for Stealth Rock. I am just going to go for the Memento here. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself. I thought I switched out. But I go for Memento, which is cool. You know, it's just like a little gimmick that I pulled off. And at this point, you know, I could have saved it to try Memento elsewhere, but I figured might as well do it now. Spiritomb's not doing too much more for me, and I can just revenge this with Greninja, which is exactly what I do. I'm going to go for the Scald, take out the Nidoqueen. So it's 4-4. But Schady still has some big threats left in the back. So what he's going to do here is go into his Rotom, and I don't want to take a Volt Switch. I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to go for to try and get initiative on my switch. So I go into my Hippowdon, set up the Sand. I can of course be completely immune to that Volt Switch, except for the fact he goes for Hydro and just straight up murders me. So Hippowdon doing a sterling job there of dying. So that's unfortunate. Down goes my Hippo without doing too much, but at this point I can't take out the Rotom with my Extra yet, so I go into my Greninja and he outspeeds. Turns out this is a really intelligently built, and I don't say that lightly when talking about Schady because I like to insult him as much as possible. It's a very bulky Scarfed set that can definitely take on pretty much any form of Greninja, so it was well built, very well built indeed. To the end point is he takes out my Greninja with it. So unfortunately, down goes Greninja, but at this point it doesn't matter that he's Scarfed. I have some Sand Tones left and I can bring Extra Drill, and from this range I will take out the Rotom. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I go for the Iron Head, and that's going to take out Rotom, the disrespectful resisted hit. But at this point, Shardy's going to bring in his Air Balloon Lucario. I'm like, this is not ideal. So I'm going to switch out, go into my my Kylie here, with the view that Sand End next turn, I can hopefully get up Sand, take a hit, and then Mach Punch him. But as it is, that's not going to happen because he goes for a nasty plot, and I'm like, oh, this is so very less than ideal. So hoping that I can somehow take a hit, I choose to go for Sandstorm there. It doesn't work. He is going to take me out with a Flash Cannon. And unfortunately, all I have left is the Excadrill. Can I take a hit? Is it at all possible? Answer's no, he's got Vacuum Wave. And he's going to take me out. Down goes Excadrill, and that is going to be the game. So, we lose to Schady, a very well put together team. When I first fought this and found out all his sets, I thought they were stupid, because I thought that for the most part he'd just lose to a sub-Carmine Meloetta, which is what I was going to bring. But he didn't, you know, he had like Gourgeist who could break the sub, he had, you know, a setup Lucario who could try and break a sub, and he had Sneasel who always could, you know. So realistically that wasn't much of a thing. I was also a bit upset that he brought Magic God to Fable instead of Unaware. I was like, what are you doing? That's another thing that Carmine's sub Meloetta could have set up all over. But, you know, them's the breaks. Unfortunately, Lucario comes through for him in the end. And you all know what that means, unfortunately. What that means is that we have lost again. And what that basically means is next season we will not be playing in Division 1. Parasect Germain will be playing in Division 2. It is official. That is the game that has relegated us. Which is unfortunate. But if I make an end of season wrap up kind of deal, I might just talk about things. I still put most of the relegation down to hacks. And bad luck, it's simple as that. It seems like a really easy excuse to make, but you all know it's true. We've been destroyed by powers beyond our control this season, and the price is we have to go down to Division 2, which is no bad thing. It's a fresh start completely with the new meta and the new division. So we're just going to try and give it our all in that. But there is one game to go. That is going to be against Fufu, or it would be, but it's actually against Lars El Sizzle, the final game of the season. I can't avoid relegation, and that team can't win the league, mathematically, so it's a completely useless game, doesn't matter, so it's going to be hilarious. I realise that, you know, with Sun and Moon out now in most parts of the world except for Europe, screw you Game Freak, these battles are not going to get much traction. People are not going to be watching them with as much interest, but I'm just putting them up just for posterity. You know, it's still the PPL. I'm still going to put up the battles no matter what happens, no matter what time of year it is, no matter what games are out. So yeah, that battle, the team builder and the battle against Foo/Lars, Elfuzor, Lars Foo Lars, Newcastle United, basically. That game will be up, hopefully in the not too distant future, following this one. Speaking of this one, you know, well played, Schady, fair enough. His links in the description, make sure you check them out. He's a wonderful content creator, very, very talented battler, so, you know, you'll learn a thing or two from him as well, so check him out. But, yep, that's it. We are officially relegated. But if I need to talk about that, I'll talk about that more in a separate video. But anyway, that is going to be it from this battle and this video, so thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I guess with that, I will see you next time. Laters.